Okay, fourth graders, we are going to do math today. Lesson 119, 120. Lesson 119 is adding and subtracting fractions with different denominators. Go to the new concept. I'm on page 549. In order to add or subtract fractions that have different denominators, we must first rename the fractions so that they have common denominators. Recall that we rename a fraction by multiplying it by a fraction named for 1, such as 2 2s, 3 3s, 4 4s, and so on. Our first example is add 1/4 and plus 3/8. I'm going to try to do it on the board. I hope you can see it. 1/4 plus 3/8. We have to change these to have common denominators. That means they have to be the same. So we're going to change this one to 8ths. How are we going to do it? We're going to multiply by 2 2s, and we get 2 8ths. 1 times 2 is 2, 4 times 2 is 8. Now we can add 2 8ths plus 3 8ths equals 5 8ths. Can you see that? Okay, turn to example number 2. Now we're going to try to subtract 5/6 minus 1/2. Well, we have 5/6 minus 1/2. We have to change them to like denominators, so we're going to have to change this one to 6ths up here. How are we going to do that? We're going to multiply 1/2 times 3/3, and that gives us 3/6. 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6. Now we can subtract 5/6 minus 3/6 equals 2/6. But guess what? We're still not done. We have to reduce or simplify this one. To do that, we need to get it to its lowest common denominator. So we're going to find a number that divides into both of these without a remainder. Well, of course, this one only gets 2, so we're going to divide it by 2 2s. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So our answer is 1/3. Okay? Do not forget to simplify or reduce. Now let's look at lesson 120. It's adding and subtracting mixed numbers. I'm going to erase this. Mixed numbers with different denominators. Example number 1. Add 4 1/6 plus 2 1/2. Well, the first thing we have to do is make those common denominators. So we're going to make this one into 6ths. So how are we going to do that? We're going to multiply it times 3/3. So 3 times 1 equals 3. 2 times 3 equals 6. So now we can either rewrite our problem or just scoot over to the side a little bit and say 4 1/6 minus, don't forget your whole number, 2 3, not minus, add 2 3/6, and we get 1/6 plus 3/6 is 4/6. 4 plus 2 equals 6. But we have to reduce this one. So how are we going to reduce 4/6? Well, I'm just going over here to the side and do it. 4/6 divided by 2 2s gives us 2/3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So now our answer is 6. Don't forget your whole number. And 2/3. And this is our final answer. Okay, let's look at example number 2. Can I erase this one? You can always go back and watch the video again. I hope these videos work better than last week. The problem is 5 3/4 minus 3 5/8. Well, we have to have a like denominator here, so we need to change this one to 8ths. So I'm going to multiply that by 2 2s because 4 times 2 is 8. And now I have 6/8. So now I can rewrite my problem and write it 5 6/8 minus 3 5/8. Well, 6 minus 5 is 1. So I have 1/8 there, and 5 minus 3 is 2. My answer is 2 1/8. And that is lesson 120. Now, if you look in your packet, you will find the final exam for this book. It looks very long. It looks intimidating. Do not freak out on me. Just go through it carefully. It is multiple choice. If you have to figure out an answer, just do it in the margin or on a separate piece of scrap paper. I don't care. And then when you figure out the answer, the correct answer, you circle either A, B, C, or D. There are 50 questions, but it really won't take you that long. It's not as bad as you think. So this is the end of math for the 4th graders. Please keep your books at home in case you have corrections. Don't send your books back. I'll tell you when to bring your books back. Have a good day.